Hey everybody, hope you guys doing okay. So I talked to Pops again today, for like almost an hour, and it was a very good conversation, man. But I gotta say, even with Pops, like I've just noticed that the the collective of humanity has taken a huge toll, just socially, like energetically, like love vibrations, like goodness, all that type of good stuff. Is at a relatively low point right now. Especially, I mean, just right now. I think a lot of it changed with the lockdown thing. I really do think that fucked up a lot of things, spiritually, physically, economically, all that stuff. But it is all for good reason. And it's just like interesting how like even though my body right now, this goes into a lot of things. Like I've been telling you guys about my body. I don't like complaining. I think it's okay to vent. If you're feeling some type of way, I think that's totally good, and I think it's actually healthy to do. But complaining only just makes the pain even worse, in my opinion. So I don't really don't like doing it. But at the same time, I've been through a lot of physical shit in my life. Even just being a drug addict, that in itself puts you through a whole fucking plethora of different physical experiences. But on top of being a drug addict, I've also been just a very physical. Whenever I'm not doing a lot of drugs, I'm always doing something physical because I love stimuli. I mean, it's that's what it is for me. That's why I love the streets. That's why I love moving around all the time. That's why I like drugs. It's why all this type of stuff. It's stimulation. I really do. I mean, we all, of course, like various things of stimulation. Some of us just a little bit more, just a little bit more of a drive for it. Like the writing stuff is cool. I like doing it, but it's not really my cup of tea. I like to move around. I like mixing it up because it's like too much movement is too much. But I mean, that's really where I thrive. Like dancing, even singing, moving, like interacting, like these type of things are what really move me as a human being. And so like in the present state that I'm in, energetically and my back and whatever the fuck else is going on, like I'm not able to do these things that I really love to do. And psychologically, it's having a little bit of an effect, and it's also, I mean, when I'm really getting hit with just the feeling, the bad feeling, like it's just like I don't feel like I'm capable to even be around a woman. Like what fucking good, it'd be different if I was already in a relationship because then it's like, okay, you guys have been together and something's happening. That's what you do in relationships if you want to persevere with them and be successful with them, is you guys help each other out during hard times. But I'm not, so but then it's like I'm trying to talk on it in certain ways, but then at the same time, like trying to talk on it, my body's like fucking feels like it's breaking down. So then I'm like, well, this is like stupid. Like I can't even, I don't feel capable. I literally don't feel capable working a normal job. Like I probably could, but it would be excruciating pain. I wouldn't last. I would walk the fuck out. Especially when I know that a lot of these jobs, or all of these jobs, the taxes and the profit are all going to support this evil system. So like that's gonna be running around in my head. Plus this fucking feeling I got going inside of myself. So, um, these things have an effect, dude. And But anyway, it all happens for a reason. Like I know this multi-purpose center. Pop's calling me because he reached out to me because I don't even know his. I mean, he doesn't have a phone right now. So this is all happening for a reason, and my body being broken and all that has happening for a reason too. Because he's 7 years younger than me, so his health is great. I mean, he's been working out a lot. He's been training. He's fast as fuck. He's strong, very strong right now. And he said some very uplifting words to me earlier, and it's just like shit, like little things. Like he's telling me, yo, Brian, you should, go to the movies with your parents. Like your family, they offered, you a place to go to watch a movie with them, and most of the time I deny it because I don't. I've done it in the past, but I like watching movies in my room where I can, smoke weed and drink tea and fucking just chill and be comfortable, But he was encouraging more from a social standpoint to interact with them more, to grow more, to to kind of help stabilize the family, and and just spend more time with them. Man, that's what love is. That's what it's good to socialize. And it's like I have felt rather, I've ostracized myself from my family because I feel like they're not on the same wavelength and da 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 da. But it's like even if people aren't on the same wavelength, doesn't mean you can't still have a good moment with them and just talk about simple things. Like, not everything has to be super deep and conspiracy theory and mission based. And, you know, I can be a little obsessive about that at times. But that's for a reason too. So I'm not gonna beat myself up about it, but also acknowledge that sometimes I can take that a little too far, and it can lead me into a place that's just like so far away from other people where I can't even really communicate with other people very well. And even talking with Pops, like it got better, but the first, like, you know, the beginning of the conversation, I was a little bit just like off. Like, okay, I'm talking, I'm having a social conversation with another human being, and it was just like, it took me a little bit. Like, I'm rusty. I can tell I'm definitely a little rusty, but once I got going, it got better, and it turned out to be a very beautiful conversation. And like I said, this is why I continue to call him the Heavenly Father. I mean, he's 7 years younger than me, and he's talking to me like, yeah, man, you know, just go hang out with your family, and you know, you have a good time. It'll be a good growing thing. And he's like talking about it's the little things that really do matter, Buddha. And he's totally right. Like the little shits like that, especially in any type of relationship, like if you do them from the heart too, like just with that intention to help expand your heart energy and your love energy and to share that with somebody else is beautiful. And that's all he was telling me to do. And then he also asked me to ask on some other things. But he was like, you know, if it don't work out, don't trip. Like just, you know, just it's all good. Like he totally, like, it was just all love. Like there was no manipulation, there was no exploitation, there was nothing that he wasn't trying to get nothing out of me. He was just trying to help me grow as a human being. It was beautiful. You know, this is why he is the Heavenly Father. And you know, it's like so I look forward to sharing it with him. Yeah, I mean, he's the yeah, he's awesome. So, and he's a lot cooler than you guys probably think. I mean, he has that righteous wrath, don't get me wrong, but he's the coolest fucking cat I've ever met in my life. Like, he can talk to anybody, he's cool as fuck to anybody, he's smart as shit. Like, he's just an awesome dude, man. He's just amazing. So, but I also want to talk about, like, I know I can be difficult, and you know, but I also know I can change pretty quickly. And if, you know, I'm in the right mode, and I don't know. I mean, I just acknowledge I can be difficult, and yeah, you know, it's a difficult time in my life too. So it makes sense. Like, I really can't work out. Like, that's one of the biggest things that got me over the drugs. Like, initially I was just chilling and watching fucking Netflix, but you can only do that for so long before you go crazy. And I'm saying, like, it was 24/7 because I couldn't really get out of my bed. But once I got a little bit stronger, I was able to walk, and that moved to the next thing and the next thing. And I am starting to feel a little bit better. Like, my back doesn't hurt as bad, and my breathing's better. So things are getting better. I'm not on my deathbed because my heart's good, my lungs are good, my blood pressure's good. So it's like my body is not dying like I kind of thought it was. So that does give me hope. But still, like, I'm learning to navigate without being able to exercise and do all these things that I love to do, and all this and that is definitely been challenging. And also just like this fatigue, like I don't know what's going on, but there is something that's affecting my energy level on a pretty significant degree. So I don't know exactly. And that also keeps me from wanting to write. And also just being a functioning addict for so long, this is another issue with that is, you know, I would work high all the fucking time. I mean, I would be high all the time. Even while I'm working, I would get fucking high. So I got really used to working high, which is whatever. I can be productive when I'm high. But now that I'm not getting high so much, you know, it's like I find it a little bit more difficult to work, you know. So it's like, that's where sometimes like a little bit of kava, some weed, some tea, these type of things do help me actually get shit done. But a lot of that's just because I'm just so used to it. Like, you don't need these things, but because I've perpetuated that pattern of lifestyle for so long, my body's gotten used to it. So it's like now when I get a little bit of high or a little bit of a buzz, like I'm just that much more willing and able, even better in some senses, at creating and working than I am when I'm not. So you know, I have taken a little bit of kava. And I feel much better, to be honest. I was in a pretty funky ass mood. Like, I didn't feel capable of doing anything. And now I'm, you know, I'm at least making videos, and I did a little bit of research, shared that with you guys. So it's like, you know, there is a time and place for stuff. Like, these herbs are here to help people who are truly sick. And it's like, I am dealing with something. I don't know exactly what the fuck it is, but it's not just a back thing. And there's something going on with my energy. So it's like, you know, again, moderation though. Like, when you start abusing the shit, that's when it gets bad. But if you can just use an herb or whatever it is that you're using to help you get through some challenging times while you're healing yourself, and while you're not perpetuating your own demise and all these dark ass fucking things, it can be good, because that's what they're here for. So Anyway, all right, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Y'all have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.